Sims. We're going to go through an hour of bar lift today. And really, again, the idea of anything that we do in bar is lifting up, not letting it come down. So a little cloudy today, and I always find that the best thing to do when it's a little cloudy, a little rainy, is to exercise. Builds endorphins, so it lifts your spirits as well as makes you look better. Some of the things that we're going to need today, definitely a stable surface. I would always recommend a block, some weights, and we're going to use these bands. You can use light, heavy, medium. I'm going to give a couple of recommendations, but if you have bands near you, you probably will want to get those. If you have water, always really good to stay hydrated when you do this. And the reason I recommend water, and I do give a lot of water breaks, and I know a lot of exercises don't do that, but one of the leading causes of fatigue, tiredness, your muscles not kicking on is dehydration. So as long as we're taking a sip here and there, we're hydrating the body, we're actually helping build our energy a little bit more, and we're facilitating greater muscle gain. So the water is really a big change, and I started adding that into my practice a little bit more. It made the biggest difference. So I'm going to take this over to the side for right now. Today we're going to work on the glute medius. The glute medius is this upper part of the butt. And the nice thing about the glute medius is the more I build this, the more it kind of lifts everything up. So it gives me that little lift I want, hopefully without having to get surgery or butt implants. Those sound awful. So let's keep everything moving. Bring your toes out a little bit. Let's just reach and extend the arms up. And exhale, I'm finding this little fold. Let's find 10 and 9. And as always, find what feels good in your body. Let's do 4 more. And 3. And 2. And 1. We're going to go over to the right side. So I'm going to reach over with the left arm and extend. Sorry, tag. Reaching over. And just getting that side body stretch. Rising up high onto the left toes as you do this. 3 more. And 2. And 1. And then we're going to go to the left. So reaching over. Keep extending, this time rising up onto the right toes. We've got 3. And 2. And 1. Nice. Come into a wider stance. I'm going to bring my toes face forward. I want you to start moving a little side to side. So stretching out to the sides of the legs. Now we're going to do a lot of abduction today. So we're going to be taking that leg out a little bit further. So getting these hips open a little bit, even bringing the toes out a little bit, and pull the shoulders back and just kind of see what's going on with the knees, what's going on with the hips, finding your range. If your range is not as wide as mine, that's okay. Now I'm going to have you face your toes forward. Shift your weight over towards the right side. Let's just stay here. Find these little pulses. Push your weight back into your right heel, right hip. Maybe reaching the chest forward a little bit. Nice flat back, pull the belly in. Last 5. And 4. 3. 2, find your range. And 1. Go to the other side. And just kind of sinking into it. Breathe, pull the chest forward, tailbone back. Fine. 5 more. And 4. 3. And 2. And 1. And so you can take the legs out even a little wider and start shifting side to side. Now, if you need the hands on the thighs, feel free. But if you're able, start getting a little lower. So it's almost like I'm along or kind of scraping the back of my bottom on a really long table. And it's going from side to side. And I always think of like the Olympic skaters, how they have this kind of action of moving side to side. Now pull the belly in so you're not feeling pressure in the lower back, and you're putting this in the heels. Last 4, last 3, last 2, last 1. Coming back to the center, walk it in a little bit. So we're going to add on to, with this, our band. I'm going to grab my medium band, and I'm going to take this fairly low. I totally missed. So I'm going to take it in right around the base of the thighs, right above the knees. And I want you to get into a squatted position. Now when I do this, bottom isn't out here. I'm pulling the belly in. So I'm down here and I'm supporting, just like we were with the legs out a little wider. And I want you to just take little steps. And we're going to move side to side, kind of like you're dancing. Pushing those thighs out, out, out. So pushing them out, getting the outside of the legs working, as well as starting to kind of fire up our glute medius. Keep going here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, if that's okay, if you felt tension, keep that band. If you decide that you want something a little bit more, you're going to grab onto this heavier band. We're going to do a higher set of repetitions, but I always like to start with where your body is. Getting down low and stepping out and just step, step. Now open the thighs as much as you can, not overarching the back. So the chest is just slightly forward. We're going to find 10 and 9, getting low, and 8. Pull the belly in so you're feeling that spine in neutral. For 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. We're going to straight. So straighten the leg, straight. Straighten it as much as you can. 10, get low. 9, 8, 7, 6, get low. 5, pull the belly in. For 4 and 3, 2, 1, stay here, little pulse. So little tiny pulse, pull the belly in. So again, I'm not pushing the tailbone back. That creates a lot of stress on the lower back. Take the legs out a little wider. So you're almost doing feet a little wider than the hips. 10 more, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're going to stay in a squat in 2, 1. Hold here, step, step. So knees stay bent, push the thighs out. So I'm actually extending the legs, and I'm thinking about pushing the thighs out. So opening that band a little bit more. Allow for that abduction in the legs. So both hips are active. You're going to start feeling this in this upper glute, side of the hips. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're going to straighten that leg in 2 and 1. Straight, straight. So fully straighten the leg. Try to keep the heels so the heels are on that same plane. Draw the navel in. Keep it as low as you can without adjusting the lower back. 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that left leg out. Little pulse and pulse. Now push it into the left heel, or right heel, and the right glute. 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6. Really working into that right hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. In and out. In and out. In. Little slower than we were going. Press it out. Now when you press out, press your back arch. So that pinky edge arch, try to press it down. Press, hold. Press, hold. Press, hold. Last 2. Last one, hold there. Little pulse. Now push push back into the right hip for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Draw your belly in. 4, 3, 2, 1. In, out. 10, 9. You've got these. 8. We're almost done. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, bring it out and in. So out and in. Now I'm pushing in to that left leg. So out and in. Out and in. Out and in. Out, pushing back into the left heel, the left hip. Still pulling that navel in. So my core stays tight this whole time. Last 4, out. 3, pressing down. 2, press into that outer arch. Last 1, hold here. Little dip. So dip, when you're dipping, think about just pushing into the left heel. You can notice my toes are slightly lifted. Pushing back for 8, 7, 6. Now keep the big toe on the left down, but don't root into it. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. So in and out. We've got an extra set on these because when you're doing one leg and then you do the other leg, we lose some of the fatigue from the previous exercise. So we want to give it that same level of fatigue, even though it's the left leg. We need to give it equal billing. For 5 more. 4, nice and slow. 3, pressing out. 2, pressing out. Last 1, hold here. Pushing back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. Quick in and out. For 10, 9, 8, 7. Almost done. For 5, 4. I know you got these. For 3, and 2, and 1. Hold here. Little dip. Little dip. So dip and dip. Yes, pushing the bottom back. Pull your belly in. Equal weight. Now if you need to, take the feet out a little wider so you're still feeling the outer thighs. For 5 more. And 4. Get down super low. 3, 2, 1. Hold here. So left in, left, right. Knees out. So pressing out with the knees. So you'll notice my knees are still opening. I'm not just stepping, but I'm really extending out. So out, 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 out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to come to our stable surface. So keeping that band, press your weight into the left leg. Right leg is going to come up. Start to bring the right leg up. Little pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7. Maybe your hand is to your belly. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot down, left, and lift. Now maybe that left hand comes to your belly. Push the leg out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg, right leg up. See, you can start straightening out that right leg a little more, but support yourself with the left. 8, 7, 6. Shoulders back, square the shoulders for 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. Now bend if you need to, but if you're able, don't totally straighten, but keep a micro bend in both knees. Shoulders back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that left leg down. Straighten out both legs. Micro bend to the left knee. Shoulders are back. Left hand stays on the stable. Right hand comes to the belly. Lift that leg up. Hold it up. Baby pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 3, and 2, and 1. Bring that right leg down. I know, almost done. Left leg out, straighten out the left leg as much as you can. Keep the bend in the right. And this time, left hand to the belly, right shoulder back, lift, lift. Now find your deepest extension and go 1 inch above that. For 10, 9, 8, maybe gaze up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, bring it down. Woo. All right, so you should be feeling it right here. Now, sometimes some of us don't have really well-developed glute medius, and our body starts trying to take over in other areas because it's not developed. It's okay. The nice thing about building a muscle is even if we're starting at the ground level, we're still going to build it. All right. So we're going to do an exercise. It looks a little odd. But I want you to stand so your right side is next to your stable-ish surface, if you're like me. Not so stable, but as stable as you can. You can even do this very easily next to a wall. Now, I want you to lift your right leg, and the right leg is not what we're working. We're working this left hip. So I want you to think about pressing your right hip up against the wall, and you're going to feel this left hip kick on. And then drop it down, kind of like you're slouching in your hip a little bit. So pressing up, down. Now this right knee stays up, pressing into either the wall. Think about maybe if you had a high table and you were trying to rest your hip. And you were trying to get the bottom of your right hip up. So over, down, over, little slouch. Over. So exaggerate so you're really getting, and you can even take your left hand to your hip and see, am I working that glute med? For 10, down, 9, down, 8, down, really squeeze, down, 4, 5, we're going to speed it up, in 4, in 3, in 2, you get a really nice oblique, last one, down, up, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that leg up, hold here. Baby push in. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take the right leg down. So we're going to come to the other side. And I'm just going to bring my stable surface to the other side. The working leg is now the right leg. The left leg is not really doing anything. I'm not lifting this leg up to set it over. This hip is making this work possible. So I want you to feel that. Just keep this left leg lifted and then push into the right glute. And you're going to feel right up here at the very top of the hip that that's what's working. And then draw it down and kind of exaggerate, almost like you're kind of slouching into your right side. So coming up, down, squeeze, down. Now again, that objective is to bring the bottom of the left hip up onto that really high surface. So raising up and down, up and down. And you're going to feel this crunch on the left obliques. So we're getting into the abdomen as well. Those side obliques, those really nice muscles that we want, those little cut-ins. We've got 4 more. Pressing up, down. For 3, we're going to speed it up. And 2, and 1, let's go. For 10, 9, full extension. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Bring it down. Okay, so again, still working into that glute medius. This gives us this really nice hips that we want. So our jeans, everything looks better on us. We're going to do sets of 20. If you need to take that leg down, take the leg down. If you're feeling knee pain, make sure you're not locking out your standing leg. So micro bend your left knee. Think about bringing the right knee so it lines up with the hip. Press into the left big toe. So I'm pressing in, but I'm not rooting in. I'm rooting into the heel, micro bending that left knee. You've got these. Pressing that hip up. See if you can get your hip up high enough to where the bottom of your butt can actually come on a different surface. Last 10, down. 9, down. 8. Keep the right knee level with the hip as much as you can. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the right leg down. Right leg right back into it. So right leg comes up, left hip's doing the work. 10, 9, 8, 7. Take your left hand to your hip. Kind of feel a little bit behind your hip bone. For 3, 2, 1, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down. Let your hip flexor stretch out for a moment. Last set. So remember, we're doing sets of 20. So we're going to do 10, down, 9, down, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Bring it down. So yes, you're getting that inside of the right hip flexor as well as working that glute medius on the left. Take yourself over. So this is going to feel good on the right leg. You're going to stretch that hip, left knee and ankle or hip align. Try to bring it in 90 degrees. Take your right thumb to the back of the hip. So kind of where a bad side pocket would be. Pressing up and down. Up and down. Yes. Keep going here. So this first one, we're going to find them a little slower. 5 more at this pace. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Speed it up. 10, 9, 8, 7. Feel your fingers towards that back upper glute. For 3, 2, 1. Hold it over. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure you're feeling it right back here. So if your hand is here, you know what work you're doing. Right foot comes down, lift the left, right leg is the working leg. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it up. 1, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that leg down. 1 more set of 20. Lift the left leg, micro bend the right. Right big toe is in, heel is pressing. Lift, lower. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Work the glute. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. And you'll know right away which one is working the hardest. I know my left side is working much, much, much harder. All right, so we're going to take it over, and I'm going to have you stand on your right leg, bend your knees a little bit, and just start bringing that left leg out. Now flex and point. Flex and point. Lifting up. So this is this abduction. So as the leg is going away from the body, pressing into the left big toe, trying to find that stable surface to hold you up and keep the shoulders level. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here, flex. Now I'm going to turn, and I'm going to turn my leg up, and I'm going to work my right hip. Left is down, right, left is down, right, left is down, right, left, right, left. So this right hip is turning on. So turn the hips Now I'm not rotating the left foot. I'm rotating the hip. I'm rotating the hip. I'm live. For 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, and 2. Last one, hold here. Little lifts for 10, and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to the left. So you're noticing the right was getting a lot of work. Point, flex, point. So point, flex, point, flex. 10 more. 9, 8. Stand tall for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that foot down. Woo. Massage out those hips. You guys are doing good. We have that other side. Pressing this leg over. All right. So this time, your left toes are facing forward. Right leg's extending out. So at first, I'm going to work this right leg. So extend, extend. Now as you extend, think about pointing the toes. Point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. So pressing in, lifting the heart. Keep it going. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it out, flex. Now I'm going to work the left. So turn back. So the left hip is doing the work. Left hip. So turning on that left glute med and back. So this toe is not changing. The foot position is not changing. It's only changing because the left hip is allowing it. 8 more. Pressing out. Pressing out. Pressing out. You've got these. Pressing out. Really tighten that glute. For 4, back. 3, back. 2. These are so hard. Last one, hold here. Lift and lift. Keep it in this left hip. Lift and extend that leg away from you for 10 more. And 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and extend it out. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, stand tall, 5, push the hip into the bone for 4, 3, 2, 1, oh. All right, so you are learning as you do this. Your glute med is responsible for keeping your hips in really tight, which is hugely important as I stand, walk, move, really important. We're gonna do just a few more of these. So I'm gonna extend that chair over. The right leg is gonna do the work. So I want you to find that toes are facing up. Now notice my leg is not moving. I'm not rotating my ankle. I'm rotating the right hip. So the right hip is coming forward and back. That glute med is working. 10, back. 9, back. 8, pushing into this right big toe and heel. So push your shoulders over your bottom. 5 more. 4, 3. I'm going to speed it up in a moment. 2, and 1. Go back and forth. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. Lift it up. Hold. Now pull your right hip into and stand as tall as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. And you will really notice how much work that hip has to go. All right, that other side, then we can get a drink. Left toes are down. Right leg is lifted, right leg is not working. Left hip is working. So keep yourself up tall. Rotate back, rotate. So rotating into that left upper glute. You've got these. 10, back. 9, back. 8, back. 7, back. 6, keep that leg elevated. 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Bring it in and out for for 10, 9, 8, 7. Shoulders are strong. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it here, lift it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Pull the hip in. 3, 2, 1. Oh, bring it down. Massage out your hips. And woo. All right, you're already noticing, are my upper glutes really weak? They might be. On most people, they're really weak. And this is why, as we get older, we have a lot of hip issues, because this upper glute is really responsible for keeping our hips in line, even with our spine. So it all works very collectively together. Now, I want you to grab onto your lighter band. Take your lighter band around your forearms, bend your knees. So I'm going to bring my knees so they're hip distance apart. Bring your arms out. Now these are small and they're around the forearms, not the wrists. So out and in, out and in. And when I come in, I want you to think that you're not coming all the way in. 10, in, 9, in, 8, in, 7, in, 6, in, 5, in, 4, draw your belly in for 3, and 2, and 1. Hold it here. So 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch. Now, if you have shoulder issues, make sure you only go out where it's comfortable for your shoulders. And that might be just holding the band, not using any weight, not using any resistance, just holding it out for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your elbows to the side and up. So right to the side, and then I'm going to bring it up about 90 degrees. Keep the pressure out. So down, lift, down, lift. Now I'm working into those really side back muscles. So squeezing in. For ladies, this is right around where that bra line is. And this can be an area that it's hard to work. So pull your elbows down, arms up. The elbows are not coming past my shoulders. Keep resistance out. 4, 5, down. 4, down. 3, down. 2, down. 1, hold here, hold. Just hold it out for 10, 9, 8, 7. Forearms align with the elbows. For 3, 2, 1, bring it down. And roll out your shoulders. You're going to find all those little micro muscles that we're working when we're using these resistance bands. Making sure to only go into your level. I never want my arms above my shoulders. That puts a lot of pressure and even some impingement on the shoulders. So keep that range lower. And you might have impingement here, so think about maybe even taking the elbows below the shoulders, finding that area that works for you. So now I'm going to press the palms, so the palms face out, and I'm bringing the arms up. If you do not have the ability to bring the arms up, maybe just use weight, taking the hands in, and I'm going to C-shape the hands. Now I want you to pull out and in a little bit, but keep resistance. So pressing out and in, and out, and in. If you don't have bands, you can always do this with weights. Make this movement small. Hold the arms up. Now I'm not gripping. When I make a fist and I really press into the fist, I find that that puts a lot of pressure and energy into the forearms, and I'm trying to press this pressure into the back, into the shoulders. We've got 5 more, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Holding here so you can reach it out. 1 inch, 1 inch. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Find your range. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, bring it down. Woo! I know, those are really challenging. All right, so these are pretty challenging as well. I'm going to bring the arms out. Right arm is going to be on top, left arm is underneath. Not big movements. And again, right towards the base of the forearm, near the wrist, but not on the wrist. So lifting, we're just doing 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, flipping, 10, 9, 8, 7. Hands are right at the center of the body. 4, 3, 2, 1, flip, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, flipping, last 10, 8, 7, 6, woo, it's coming down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, oh. So I'm in Florida and the rain is coming down really, really heavy. So if you're not in Florida and it's not raining, it's a beautiful day, good for you. But this just energizes me to be more empowered. So we're gonna find triceps and we're almost done. Hands are gonna come to the outside. Arms come up. Grip a little, not tight fist, but I'm gonna grip a little with the left and I'm gonna C-shape the hands on the right. Now the left is coming up and I'm not gonna take it all the way up. I'm not locking out the arm. Soften the shoulder by pushing the shoulder away from the ear on the left side. And even the right for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it to the other side. So right, left elbow comes down, right arm comes up. You've got these. Lift, lift. Keep extending. Now I'm just softening the hands, pressing that top arm up a little bit more for 4, 3, 2, 1, switch. Same thing, and adjust your band if you're like me, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bring it down, and lift, lift. So one arm is just holding, it's not pulling down. The top arm is doing all the work, but the tricep on the holding arm is still doing work by keeping it isolated. Last 2, last 1. One more set, take it here. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. We're gonna hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Micro bend the knees. Notice when things get hard and you lock out. That puts strain on the back, so always keep those soft knees, and it puts the exercise in the muscle I'm focusing on. So, one hand holding down, lifting up, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, holding here, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Rolling those shoulders out. Oh, good job. Let's come down onto the ground. All right, so we're going to work into our abdomen, getting a lot of work. I'm trying to get a lot done today. So I want you to grab onto your block. Now, when I grab onto my block, I'm going to sit back a little bit and I'm going to pull into the lower belly. If you have low back issues and you need a ball, don't put the ball behind your spine. Put the ball right at the very base of your sacrum. And most of the ball is going to cover your butt to just kind of support you here. If you can, reach that block out. And I'm going to keep the arms straight. Now, if you have back issues, you need to bend the elbows, that's okay. Finding what are called Russian twists. We're going to do quite a few of these, working into the obliques. 4, 10, 9, 8. Gazing slightly up to where the wall and the ceiling meet. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right leg lifts. Keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Reach it as side to side as you can. Squeeze your inner thighs. For 3, and 2, and 1. Bend, lift. Touch the toes. Touch the toes. 10 more. 9, 8, 7, extend. 6, extend. 5, changes the movement. Maybe the arms aren't coming as far to the side. Keep the knees away from each other, but keep the legs squeezing towards the midline. Last 3, and 2, and 1. Flexing that heel, lifting the left leg this time. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touch straight, touch straight. So as you're straightening, noticing you're going to pull more to one side than the other. Keep your arms a little straighter. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, we're almost done. 1, hold here. Both toes down. Kick, kick. Now, lift the block up a little bit higher. See if the shin can touch the block. Maybe reach that block out more. Squeeze into the block a little bit. Draw your belly in. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. Lean back a little bit. Flex, point, flex, point. Last 10, 9. Lift the arms up a little bit more. If you're really feeling strong, lift those hands up and make sure you're not rounding the back. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. Extend those legs. Pull your bottom back for a moment. Start to extend yourself forward. Find that nice fold. Stretch into the hips a little bit. Move side to side. Rounding yourself up. Woo. All right. So let's come down onto your back. And bring yourself onto your back. You're going to bring, and again, I'm going to take that block up. Now the right leg is going to lift. And I want you to think about trying to touch the calf on the right, but keep the left leg extended out. Now you can hover the left toes so they're just off the mat. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Bend the knees. Touch. Push the lower back down. Now, if you feel your lower back coming up, take your thumbs underneath and just place that block to the side for a moment. Try to keep the legs out for 10 more. 9, 8. You're going to notice my knees are not really passing the hips. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to lift that left leg up, hover the right leg. Now I'm going to try to touch the block up towards that leg for 10, 9, 8. And if you can, bring that right toes down a little bit more. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Baby pulse. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Take those legs up. All right. So extend the legs out for a moment. Find that stretch on the inner thighs. Roll up the ankles. Other direction. Bend your knees, especially if you really tight hips. If you don't, feel free to extend the legs, but watch this overstretching of the inner hip flexors. Reach and extend the arms up. Push into the lower back. Maybe point the toes. Let's find 10, 9. Go from shoulders being down to up. 8, 7, 6. Stay forward. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab your knees. Pull yourself in, a little side to side. All right, we're only going to do 1 more of those. Extend the legs out. Roll up, getting onto the lower back. Shoulders down, lift. So coming up on the exhale, and think about pushing your lower back into the mat on those exhales. Inhale down, exhale. Last 4, 3. Keep the neck in neutral. 2 and 1. Gazing up or towards the ceiling, shoulders back. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Grab onto your knees. Let's roll over on to your side. So this is where you're to grab onto your block. I'm going to come onto my left side, which means I'm going to work the right side. And I want you to bring it all the way down. Now lift this leg up as high as you can. You want more resistance, I want you to take a band around the legs. So just to show you, I'm going to take this band right around the base of the thighs. If you want a little bit more, you can use a weight, but I want you to really focus on not using the upper body. Micro bend here and tilt the hips forward. So I don't want the hip to externally rotate. I want it to point straight ahead. Now lift and lower a little. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. And again, this is this abduction, this abduction. So lift, lower, lift, lower. 5 more like this. And 4, 3, 2, 1, lift here, flex. So lift, lift. Now keep pointing your hips forward. If you want that weight, you can take it to your leg. A little bit more challenging when your head is down like this. And try to relax your whole left side. So the right leg is what's working. Notice it's starting to travel up into the hip. You can even use that weight if you have it to hold yourself down. Last one. 4, 3, 2, 1. Point, flex. Keep it up. Point, flex. Keep that leg lifted. Keep it up. 5 more. Woo. 4, 3. Keep that leg up. 2. As high away from your body as you can without rotating the hip. Leave it here. So 10, 9, just hold. 8, 7, keep lifting. 6, hips are forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Bring it down. Roll out your hip for a moment. I want you to take this leg out. Take your hand to your head. Micro bending the knee. Let's just roll this hip out for a moment. So fanning it forward, kind of like you're painting a fence. And bring it forward and back. Now you can use the weight to hold you. I sometimes like a block, pressing my hand into the block, but lean back a little bit. So the block is less like a support, more just like a guide where the chest and the hips are facing into. Pressing back and forth. Let's find 5 more. And 4. And 3. Working out for that hip. 2. And 1. Keeping that leg forward. Flex and point. Flex. Now, hover the leg up and keep the side of the leg. So it's right up towards the ceiling, but it's in line with your hip. 4 more. 3, pull your belly button in. 2, don't externally rotate the hip. Last one. Baby, 1 inch, 1 inch. 1, 1. Ribs are forward. Right hip is back. So when you're in the right position, you don't have to do much to feel everything. So again, my rib cage is facing towards the long edge. My right hip is pulling back. Last 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. All right, so we're going to come to the other side. Keep this to the side for a moment. We're almost done. I'm going to have you come down to your right forearm. All right, come down to your right forearm, bend your knees. So I'm holding here, and I'm going to press up. So I'm lifting up, lower, and lift. Lower. Now make sure when you're lifting up that the shoulder stays right around the same line. So these aren't necessarily really big. Lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift. There we go. So the knees and the elbows align. The body is on a straight line. So from your knees lift, lift. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift that left leg up, lower lift, lift. 10, 9, 8, sorry, slipping, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower that hip. All right, so now it seems like we're about to work the right, but we're not. We're going to work the left. So if you want to use that band, the right leg is going to have a rest. The band's going to go right above the tops of your knees. And maybe bring your supplies over towards your right side. Now I'm going to bring all the way down. Bend your right knee a little bit, and the left leg is working, but the left hips are forward. So you know, if you're lining up your block, your right hip should be in line with your left, and your left hip right over your right when you're doing this. So this is where sometimes we feel as though we're about to fall over, because I'm putting all the energy into this left hip. So 10, lifting up for 9. Keep it in resistance. 8, 7, lift. 6. Hips are forward. 5, 4, 3. Keeping it up. And 2, and 1. Let's flex. Lift, lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So flex and point, keeping the leg a little still. Flex and point. Flex, keep that leg up. Keep lifting. Get it at its highest point. 5 more, then we got those babies. 4, we're almost done. And 3, and 2. Remember, these are just for touching. Last one. Baby pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, and you realize how much work this hip is actually doing. So micro bend the right knee, come up onto the hand, and I'm going to start to paint the leg. Now, as that leg extends forward, you're going to feel like you want to fall forward a little bit, and I want to encourage you to push your left hip back, push your shoulders back a little bit, and this is where the block can just help guide you back. So I want to keep this leg extended up, and the left thigh is right over the ground. Reaching the toes forward and back, and just kind of painting here for a moment. Let's find 5 more like this, working out through the hip. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Bring it forward, baby pulse. So now I'm pushing a little into the right, but the left leg is doing most of the work. So see, can I push less into the right leg and have the left leg do more work? Now pull the knee so the knee is in line with the hip. And if you had a flashlight on your belly button, both your heel and your belly button, your ribs were all facing forward. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold here. Point and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. Pull the hip back. Keep going. 8 more. 7. Squeezing in. 6. Pull that belly and keep that leg up. 5. We're going to hold it. And 4. You've got these. 3. 2. 1. Hold. Little, little, little up, little up. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Bring your heel in line with your toe for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back, and you really know you did a lot of work. All right, so we have that other left side. Forearm is down. So again, I'm trying to get my knees in line with my elbow, lifting up. I'm going to be on the left forearm. Right arm can lift up, or it can just be here. It doesn't really matter. But I want you to lower and lift. Lower, lift. We're almost done. Lifting up. 10, 9, lift. 8, lift. 7. This is one I always have to kind of readjust. Hips are forward, squeeze. For 4, lifting up. For 3, lift. I want you to hold on 1, two, lift. One, lifting up, hold here, extend. So right leg is gonna lift. Now push with the left leg. So even the right leg is lifting and it's getting a little bit of work, all the work is really in that left leg. Lifting up for 5 more, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping it up. Lower, lift, lower, lift. Remember, we have these 10. Pressing, and this is where I slip. Squeezing into the glute, that top glute. You've got 5 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Bring it down. All right, ladies. Nice job. I know that was hard. Bring the base of your feet together. And, whew. All right. I think you noticed what you worked when you come into this pose. Move your hips side to side. So this should feel very tight, like somebody just took a bicycle pump, pumped up the side of your muscle. You will be feeling these tomorrow, I promise you. Move your head down and just move your ribs a little side to side. On your inhale, sweeping it up a little bit and then lowering back down. Reaching it up, lowering back. We're going to find a lunge here. So I'm going to have you come onto hands and knees. And bring your hands over to the left side. If you need blocks, you can use your blocks or have those near you. Bring your right leg forward and turn your toes out. Now I want you to move a little forward and back. And I'm not straightening out the right leg. I'm trying to keep the pinky toe down, but I want you to move into that hip. Now pressing your weight forward, try to move the knee out a little bit. So just fan your knee out. If you're not able to move forward, it looks like this is okay. If you can't move the knee, just don't. You know, it's all of us are different. So I always think of classes in maybes. Not that I can't come into something because I'm weak or inflexible. It's sometimes the way my bones were formed. And I have a barrier in front of my bones where somebody else might not. And we can't see that because we're not walking x-rays. So don't assume that it's an inflexibility issue. It might just be that you are born different. And all of us are born different, so embrace that. So let's come into the other side. I'm going to this time bring the hands over to the right side and extend the left leg forward. And just for a moment, start to walk the foot out a little bit. And bring yourself a little forward and back. Not huge movements, not massive. I just want to feel this opening in the hips. Turn your toes over towards the left side as you do this. And see if you can kind of fan that knee out. And you might have to lift the toes. You might not. But notice you're pushing into that upper glute towards the hip. And you can move a little side to side. If it's comfortable, maybe just hang out there. Whatever feels good for your body. And then when you're ready, bring yourself back, take that leg back. Let's curl our toes. Hands come down underneath. Push your weight back into your heels. See if you can press, or toes, sorry. Push your weight back now into your heels. If the heels don't come down, don't worry about it. Finding your downward facing, press your shoulder blades out. When you're ready, walking yourself forward, and then just bend your knees. Let your head come down. Sway a little side to side. When you're ready, rolling it up a vertebra at a time, chin in towards your chest, and just reach and extend the arms up. Take your hands down to your heart, thumbs pressed to your chest. You guys did really, really good. That was a hard class. Okay, and it's a different muscle, and I know we really spent a lot of concentrated focus effort on the glute medius. Don't get frustrated if that was really challenging. If it wasn't a challenging class for you, you might have a really strong glute med. So you are so far ahead of the game. If you liked this video, please comment. Make sure to subscribe to these videos. If you think this will help somebody, feel free to share it with someone. I will keep putting these videos out. You keep showing up, commenting, and I hope you have a great and very sunny, beautiful day. All right, thank you so much. Bye-bye.